Yes, guys, welcome back to the Harry PY YouTube channel, where today we're going to be talking about the game, Arsenal's first game in the Premier League against Wolves. I thought, compared to every other team that's played in the Premier League so far, I think Arsenal looked very, very good in the first half in particular. The second half was a bit ropey, especially the first, I'd say, 15 to about 20 minutes just before Saka scored. I think Wolves were very, very good. They came out in the second half a lot stronger, but I think Arsenal should have easily been 2 or 3-0 up in the first half, and I think they were absolutely superb in the first half. If they had killed the game off in the first portion of the game, I think we would have been comfortable, where we wouldn't have had to worry too much about conceding a goal within the first. Well, because we were only 1-0 up, we were kind of nervous in the second half. We didn't carry on with the same energy that we started with, but I think it was very good to start off with to set the pace. We obviously carried on as we meant to go on from last year. We finished second, but again, we didn't end up winning the league because Man City are just another powerhouse who are going to be here until Pep's in charge. They're going to be here for a long time. So let's go through the lineup. Obviously, Rare in goal, I think, is one of his most impressive performances for Arsenal. I think he was fantastic in goal, made a good couple of saves, very confident in distribution, especially when they're playing out of the back as well, with Ben White next to him and Zinchenko on the other side. I'll get to Zinchenko. And then next we have Ben White. Quiet-ish game. Nothing spectacular. Did his normal jobs. I think nothing much to complain. I really like Ben White as a right back. He's one of my favourite players at the club because he's just versatile. He's got the mentality of a winner. Anytime he plays on the pitch, he's not afraid to be a bit of a nuisance. A lot of Arsenal players over the last few years they've been seen to be quite naive and a bit nice. He's one of those players that isn't that, and he's quite strong, and he also has a bit of nastiness in the game, which I kind of like. To be fair, he's very competitive. Saliba, calm and composed, very, very excellent. We are privileged to have a centre back like him alongside Gabriel again. Not too much to comment about. My biggest issue in the defence was Zinchenko. Now it's a problem we have tried to address with the likes of signing Calafiori. We also have Jurriën Timber who came on for him at, I think, around. Oh, if I can just check it right here. Saka. Zinchenko came off in the 69th. So I was literally about to say 70th minute. So he came off in the 69th minute, literally moments before Saka scored his goal. And I think the problem with Zinchenko, I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's overconfidence, but he does certain things. He, for example, gives the ball away, or for example, I think in the first half, Gabriel was in this position. Arsenal scoring in this goal here. Gabriel was in this position. He plays the ball just in front of Zinchenko, but he doesn't make that extra yard, that bit of effort to try and keep the ball in play. He lets it go out, and then he gets frustrated at Gabriel. I don't understand that, and I think he I'm not hating Zinchenko. I think he's been quality since he's come in. However, I think certain parts of his game, I don't know if it's a case of he thinks he's better than what he is, because he's not a great left back in terms of he's very good, very, very good going forward, but defensively not good at all. And time and time again, I think Wolves, they had the most joy, especially in the first half. Anytime they did go around and attacking us on that side, it would be down our left hand side. And I think that would be the only change I would have suggested, was to maybe not start Zinchenko, but because he's been playing in pre-season for us, I think I can understand why. But I think Calafiori or Timber, at least Timber or Calafiori, should have started the game. But overall, defence was, I'd say, again, first game of the season, quite shaky. The first half, quite good. Second half wasn't. It was a bit shaky. It was a bit shaky. So we haven't built any form of momentum. We have in terms of getting minutes in, but we haven't built a sustained period of time where we've been playing really, really well. Again, because it's only the first game of the season, and for the first game of the season, I don't think he can be too harsh. The only reason why I keep bringing Zinchenko up is because I've noticed it throughout his game over the last year and a half he's been at the club. Moving on into the midfielders, we have Thomas Partey, Martin Odegaard, and Declan Rice. Odegaard, for me, arguably man of the match alongside Bukayo Saka. He was exceptional. He was so electric. For me, I think it helps having not gone to a international tournament, because, well, he's had that pre-season to himself where he's just training. He's not had intense games that have stretched along the summer period where he's playing like Declan Rice, for example, who looked very, very leggy, and again, he came off due to having a cramp. He wasn't terrible, but again, you could tell the energy levels weren't as sharp as Martin Odegaard was. Similar to Partey, again, he didn't have to play in any international tournament. However, he had again very good first half, but not as strong as the second half. He was giving the ball away. He looked a bit nervous when he was on the ball in the second half. I think when Cunha came on, he was battling with Partey quite well, and I think at moments overcame him a little bit. But I like the overall balance of it. I like that if Partey's fully fit and got a bit of momentum, again, Declan Rice going forward, really good. If this midfield three is perfect, but even better if Mikel Merino comes in that number 6, Rice and Odegaard next to him, I think that midfield is complete. Then Partey's really got to work hard to get back in the starting 11, because I think Merino's he's on the Busquets Rodri level, I think. Not as good as them, but he's really close. So that would sort our midfield once we get him there. And then finally we come into our forwards, Saka, Martinelli and Havertz. Again, Martinelli, he had a really poor season last year due to injury, lack of form as well. Wasn't anywhere near the level that we are hoping for in our left winger. However, he looked lively, looked positive, but again, looks very shaky on the ball, very flimsy. I would say not very strong, like a Doku, who's very good on the ball. Who else is a good winger? Like Mitoma, for example. Martinelli, he's very quick, very dynamic. He reminds me a bit of a Luis Diaz. He's very hyper. Very, very good energy levels. Very good in the press, but just on the ball, just panics and lacks a bit of composure at the moment. But he just needs a bit of game time, and I'm sure he'll be fine. Saka, star boy. Premier League man of the match at the end of the day. He was given the man of the match award, and he was fantastic. He 1 goal, 1 assist. Cross was pinpoint. The goal literally came to him. It was out of nothing moment. We weren't really creating anything in the second half, but because of him, his moment, he loves that cut inside dribble where he drags the defender one way towards the touchline. As soon as he's seen that defender make that one shuffle there, he then doubles back, makes 2 extra movements inside, which then gives him that extra yard of space, and then he gets the shot. Normally he goes for a far post finish, but this time he caught Jose Sarr out in the near post, and he tried that shot earlier in the first half. Keeper saved it. This time he went near post. Keeper had no chance. And again, Saka deservedly man of the match. And last but not least, Kai Havertz again. He's scoring goals. As in, do we need a striker at the moment? Arguably, I would say yes, purely because Havertz, I think, at the moment, his best football's coming from this false 9 position or striker position. However, we're not going to see the Havertz of old. The Havertz of old, for Leverkusen, for example, come down the wing. He was a bit quicker. He looks a bit more sluggish now, but he's not the sluggish in terms of he's not as quick on the ball. So for him, his link-up play is probably the best at the moment at the club. Him and I'd say Jesus. Jesus is better to get on the ball, but Havertz, I think, him being as a focal point up top, because he's quite tall, we can put crosses in the box. He's very good aerially. So him being up there as a standalone striker whilst dropping in as well, I think that's the best way Arteta's got the best use of him. Do we need a striker? I think yes. I think Nketiah probably might go. It'll be a similar situation to Smith Rowe. He's just not going to get in. I don't think if he's better than Jesus, but not as good as Havertz, I think Nketiah should stay. But he's not better than what we've got. And when he does play, it will be against the lower sides. If, for example, Havertz and Jesus gets injured, Nketiah can play, fine. But again, he's not of the quality that's going to take us to win the league, like a Haaland or a Darwin Núñez. Núñez is capable of winning the league with Liverpool, but again, Arne Slot hasn't trusted him yet because he started Jota up front against Ipswich. So again, it's one of those, it's hard to call, but again, I trust Havertz at the moment because he's doing the job. He's playing well, he's linking up with our team, and he's scoring goals. That's the main thing in that striker position. Subs who came on, again, Timber he made a very good couple of turns, but then he gave the ball away at an instance as well. So he needs minutes. He's had a very long injury. He missed the whole season last year. So again, he needs a bit of time. Jesus looks electric. Like, again, energy levels brilliant. Like, on the ball, class. He's one of the best dribblers at the club. However, again, it's just his decision making. Trossard again, still needs fitness. It is very early days, guys, so it's very difficult to call how each player is going to perform. I would say call it over the next 6 to 8 game weeks. See how they do, see how they perform. But at the moment, it's the best result we could have got. It's a 2-0 win. Can't complain at home. Our next game is against Aston Villa away, I believe, which is going to be a very, very tough test considering how well they played against West Ham. I think the first half they should have been 3 or 4-0 up against West Ham. It was really, really convincing. But again, one sloppy mistake from Matty Cash, and they gave the penalty away, and then they did really well again to come back from that and to score with John Duran. And yeah, that's about it. So if you want to see more videos like this, I was gonna delay this episode until this video until tomorrow, until how I see Leicester and Spurs play. But I wanted to get the Arsenal review out there for you guys nice and early. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed, drop a like on the video, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.